Hi guys, Crypto here from Cryptogasmic. It's the 19th of January 2021. Let's do an episode of the Bitcoin report. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a funny throat. I don't have the Rona. So we're going out live today on TradingView. I'm gonna have to change. Well, it looks like the TradingView is not working actually today for some reason. So we're just going to go live on YouTube and Facebook. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Big day in Ethereum. Hit the all-time high. So in the Bitcoin report, I do this every 2 days. We're just looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, because Bitcoin is what really affects the whole market. Ethereum now is getting so much market cap that it kind of doesn't rely so much on Bitcoin. So we're just going to have a little look over the next 15-20 minutes. Let's see if there's any trades on Bitcoin and Ethereum in the short term, the long term. Feel free to ask me any questions over here in the chat box. Freddie is on. Freddie says hi. Hey Freddie, how you doing? So we're going to look at something really interesting in today's Bitcoin report, because it's something I didn't really think of earlier, but something happened that actually gave us months ago what the pinnacle of Bitcoin would be in this run. And when I show you, it's actually quite eerie. And for those people who don't believe in technical analysis, number one, they only say that because they don't understand it. Number two, the market is pure emotion, and technical analysis is just reading that emotion. So when I show you this at the end of this Bitcoin report, I'm going to show you something that will then maybe give us the target of where we're going on the next run. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end. The Bitcoin report's only 15-20 minutes long. So before I get started, guys, we are giving a 2-week free trial of Cryptogasmic VIP. This really is the best community in crypto, if you ask me. Not everything's not about Lambos and going to the moon and how we nail every trade. It's a really great group, learning technical analysis, supporting each other in trades. We do trade signals, educational videos. Our whole aim is to create financial freedom, and there's no other time in the world like right now in the history of our time when we should create our own little bubble, turn the TVs off, stop listening, stop reading, all that shit, stop working for a boss. You have the tool in front of you, cryptocurrency, right now. This is like being back in the .com boom at the beginning. All those people that made so much money, now is your time. So go to cryptogasmic.com, sign up for a free membership. Once you've done that, you'll get an email from us. We'll upgrade you. We'll add you to the VIP chat. You can access the signals, the educational videos, the daily updates that I do on the market, all of that sort of stuff. So if you're serious about wanting to make money out of trading crypto, you've got to be in Cryptogasmic, all right? So let's get into it right now. So here we have the Bitcoin report. Sorry, let me get rid of that. Here we have the Bitcoin chart on TradingView. Now, a couple of things. I'm going to start having a look at the longer term, and then we're going to have a look at the shorter term. So I'm using the logarithmic chart right now. And look at this. This is quite interesting, right? So if we look at our trading channel all the way from back of this peak here, look at that. I mean, that is the simplest of simple trend lines. That is showing you where resistance is all the time. We all got excited as we broke 38 and we fell back into support, into resistance. So usually when we do fall back into that, we usually fall pretty hard to find where our support level is. And if we look at our trend here, okay, I mean, that's pretty well nailed it. I mean, look at that. We are really climbing that support level, which is a great sign. We don't really want to start falling there and closing candles down here, because that's when we're going to start seeing bleeding back down to that $30,000 mark, which we may do, So for right now, that is the way we're traveling. We're currently in this downtrend, so I'm really interested to see what happens as we hit this 38,000 mark again. You know, we're struggling to get there right now. So this probably would be a pretty good place to go in for a trade, to be brutally honest. I would want to maybe see what the next hour candle or something is doing. Okay. So that is finishing green and holding support. So, you know, anywhere around this 36,615, I like this trade. And I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying it's 100% going to work this way, but I like this trade because for two reasons. I like to do low risk, high reward. I'd like to see another hour candle. What do we got? We got another 50 minutes. So I'd like to see another hour candle close above this EMA. Okay. You can see back here, if we look, when the candles get support and open and close there, okay, rather than coming up at it from beneath, okay, so we want a little bit of confirmation of support. So this will happen or not happen at some point when this video is finished. So I want to see the next hourly candle finish above this EMA and sort of start to get some support in there. So right about the 36,640 mark. So I'm going to set a little alarm for there. Now look, this thing may run in the next hour. I'm not going to chase it. I would wait for it there again. And the reason I like this is because if we take our reward to risk, so if we're going to take a long position, and here we decide, okay, we've got some support, we are looking at, that's our short term, 2%. And we could probably say, let's get out there below those doubles. So that's 1.52 to 2.12. So I don't really like that ratio much. We could tidy that up even to, you know, it falls below that candle there, something like that. And you may get this and it may bounce again, so you can re-enter and try again if it does, you know. And we are on the 1 hour candle there as well. So, yeah, I mean, you could probably try these bottoms. Now, I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, because I'm going to give you the alternative to go short in a minute as well, right? So if that breaks, we go look at resistance here. Then we look at resistance here. We can see this is a very resisting area. Okay, so even if it does, we've still got a 3.5% trade. If you're doing 5x, like I do, that's going to get you 15 to 16% to there. Some people do 10x, and we can see that that's actually running now. If I wasn't here in the Bitcoin report right now, I would probably run and look at, I wouldn't chase it at that price point there, but I would probably definitely look around that 36,620 mark, guys. Okay, and you can have a really short stop loss, and we're looking for this reward. So I mean, it is getting some support. You can see it's getting bought. Don't race that, because what you're doing when you're upping your buys, you're increasing your risk. See down here, but you're not increasing your reward, right? So, you know, I'm kind of liking that. I mean, it may come back down. You got to remember, the market's job is to just. So EJ Ball has written, The trading view screen is a little pixelated, hard to see the numbers. As far as I know, we're not going live to trading view. I would have a look at YouTube. I have to fix that up. I got a message, EJ, during the stream. So if there's any trading view moderators or whatever, they're watching this, or you're watching on trading view, I do apologize. Something happened. I did get a message pop up saying that it wasn't transmitting properly. I've already started, so I'm going to have to look at that afterwards. So for right now, I'm on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, right now. You can go to YouTube and just look for Cryptogasmic. We're there. Facebook is Cryptogasmic1, or Scott Daniel is my name. You can friend me there, and that's where I do all my crypto stuff. And I will get the trading view sorted out for the next TA show, either tonight or tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, so I'm kind of liking it, and you can see now it's falling right back into where I said. Right, that's why you don't chase it, guys. And this is why you want to see a candle kind of open and close there, right? I'd be very surprised that we're going to get. I mean, we may get one of these 3% runs, and if we do, okay, so be it, right? That's the way it goes. So you want to try to be sure. Simon says you are on YouTube and Facebook. Perfect. Let me know if we're working on TradingView. I'm not sure whether we are or not. So an alert on BDC. Yeah, see, so I have my alarm there. So I'm going to have a look at that one for when I'm finished. And, the thing is, I don't panic. Or if I miss it, I miss it. Guys, there are so many trades in crypto that you can't let your emotions, when it's running, you pissed off that you didn't get in, and when it falls down, you wish you'd got out, and you're just chasing your tail, right? So this is why we do this work. And let's just see, because now it's falling back into the resistance, right? So, and it's resisting that candle of the previous, not the previous hour, but the hour before that, okay, which pushed it all the way back down into a red candle. So let's see what happens there. But definitely I'm going to be looking at that, okay, in the near future. So you need to be having a look at it as well. The fact there's a red cloud there is not so good. So look, okay, so that's if we're going long. That's where we want to look, and we're going to wait for the next 1 hour thing. So Saint Sira Ramadan, sorry mate if I've mispronounced your name. I know you joined me yesterday. You're a big fan of the show. Thank you. I don't know if today is the day to stack Bitcoin. I'm talking right now purely from a position to try to make some money today out of Bitcoin and YouTube and Ethereum. Okay, that's what I'm talking about now. We're going to look at the long-term stack. I'm not sure this is the place to stack. So let's see. I am going to show you. Wait until right in the last couple of minutes of this show, in about 10 minutes time, 15 minutes time, I'm going to show you something that is so eerie, and nobody should ever doubt TA ever again. I'll give you a little hint. Fibonacci was a genius. Okay, and if I was alive back those, I would have been so hot for Fibonacci. Oh my God, you look out. Don't care if I was a man or a woman. I would have been really hot for Fibonacci, because what I'm going to show you, it turns me on. And if you love crypto and trading as much as I do, you wait, boy and girl. Okay. Okay. So let's. That's the short term. The red cloud, I'm not really liking. So if we find ourselves kind of falling through here, this could be a position to go short, to be honest. And again, your reward to risk ratio. So whether we go short or long, we're going to check it out. So if it falls through here and we lose support of the red cloud, we want to pull up our short tool. No jokes, please, about short tools. I've been hearing them all my life. So if we did fail here, through here, With failing the EMA, you know, I'd probably want to again see some confirmation here somewhere. But if we did get in to a short position there, our stop is above this EMA. We could be looking at this point here, which would be the first resistance, but we could also be looking, you know, at a nice 5%. At 5x would be 25%. So there's an opportunity to make money either way. All right. If you're not sure what I mean by that, go to my YouTube channel, CryptoGasmic1. There's a great video on margin trading that shows you. And that's what we do at CryptoGasmic. Obviously, we're bulls at CryptoGasmic, and we want the price to skyrocket. But that's not the reality, right? The reality is there's all of this stuff that goes on. So we want to make money. We want to create financial freedom. I mean, we want to get rid of the dollar. We know that. We want to get rid of our... So Travis asks a really good question. What is the significance of the cloud turning from green to red? So the great thing about the cloud as an indicator, all the other indicators are lagging indicators. So the EMA, the trend ribbons, they're all based on information that's already happened. The cloud is projecting, okay? So it's really simple. Green shows us support momentum. Red shows us resistance momentum, right? Now you can see here, right? Hopefully you can see right here, right? That is the weakest part of the cloud. You can also see it back here. And that does actually have some relevance. So that is the easiest part to fall through. It's the easiest place to get back up through. So you can see when we were back here like this, it was green. Okay, so let's say we were back here, and even though we're falling and falling and falling, we've still got some green there, right? So as we're looking into the future's saying that, you know, I mean, it's not that big a red cloud like it is all the way down here. But that 1 hour is saying that there is some resistance, and that is backed up by the EMA, backed up by being below the trend, backed up. I can't really see the trend ribbon there. I might have to change the colors, but it is green, but we're below it. So this is why it's important for us to hold another candle, get some support on the. What you want to do is have a couple of areas of confluence. There's not just one indicator. Oh, it's cropped there, cross there, let's go, right? Some people do that. Some people will clearly do. Some people are cloud traders. Some people are just trend traders. Some people are EMA traders. The minute it gets above, they go, right? So I like to put it all together and then make my decision on what I should do, and then I make my plan and I'm never FOMOing or, you know, if something's running. I learned the hard way, guys. I've been doing this for 7-8 years now, right? So I learned the hard way by losing a lot of money in the early days that I'm setting up a trade and these candles are running and then all of a sudden it does this. So there's no need to do that. So I hope that answers your question. And if we kind of zoom out, so what we need to do is we want to get support above that red cloud, like we did over here, you know. And some people just trade cloud bounces, you know, like this. This starts to get support. They'll look at the top of the cloud, right? Get out at the bottom of the cloud. As soon as it's green, they'll get it, you know. And so some people use that purely as a way to trade. Some people use candles. So Travis, I hope that answers your question. All right. So guys, if you got any questions on TA, let me know as we're running through this. We only got 16 people. I'm not really a big deal on YouTube or anything like that. You know, I just do what I do. People like it, great. If people don't, that's okay. I keep it real. I don't come on here saying that I nailed and guys, it's absolutely brilliant what I did yesterday and I'm so awesome. I don't really do that, you know. I might do that when I look in the mirror a little bit, but no, 20 years ago maybe, but not now. So anyway, enough of my nonsense. Right, so that's what's happening on the 1 hour. If we look at, you can see that's kind of like the trend that we're happening on. So if this does go long, those would be the areas I would look at, guys. The 37.025, 37.55, at 37,992. And if we can break through there, which we haven't done for a while, you can see that this really is a resistance area. So that's where I would be looking to take my profits. I might leave 10% on the table and see if we can drag a little bit into there. So now I want to have a look at the 6 hour. Right? And the more we go out, the more data we get, and the more close that we get. Right? So you can see, I mean, this is riding this trend absolutely perfect. All right. And you can see in the 6 hour, there's that resistance triangle that we're traveling in. Now, the fact that we've actually fallen down is probably going to make me lean more towards the way of it doing this. Okay. What we can usually do is go from the middle like that, and that would probably give us an idea of what our target would be. So our I would be looking at around about, that could nail its way down to the $30,000 mark, right? If it falls down through that green and even further, and it may not. So one of the things I always teach guys is that you can only take what the market wants to give you. If it wants to give you 3%, take the 3%. If it wants to go 3% and stop you at a break even, that's just the way it goes. But you want to be, it may, I just forgot exactly what I was saying. Right, so what you want to, now look, so we have resistance points here. So we may take this long and only get that much. We may only get this much here, okay? But if we're in, but if we do, and then it might come here, and then we might have to go short again, right? And that's why I tell people, only play 1 or 2 trades at a time, right? Don't have 8 coins going on at once for short-term trades. Long-term trades, you can have a few going on, and only look at them in long-term time frames. When you start looking at smaller time frames, all these red and green and up and down becomes real. It sort of messes with your mind, right? So I would be looking at a target. If that goes short, I would like that target. I would look at this resistance area here of somewhere, sub 30, 29.7 to this EMA could be a good point. High 28s. That would be an awesome trade if that happened. It would be 100% at 5x. But, if we get in here and it happens to break and we go all the way to the trend, I mean, bang. Or even the resistance there. So that's an awesome trade as well. So I'm not completely sure where it's going to go right now, but I'm going to be prepared for either way. Okay. Sven says, may you show how to put on the fib right? Every time I put it on and backtest it, it doesn't seem to fit right. Yeah, I can do that, and I'm going to do that at the end of this half an hour, because I've got something really amazing that's going to blow everybody's mind. Okay. And traditionally, when you do a fib, they do say go from the total bottom to the total top. I think that's different in crypto because of the volatility and the peaks and the spikes. Marco says, my yesterday decision sucks. I entered into Ethereum with 15 pieces and decided to go out after seeing all day very confusing cycle. After 10 hours, boom to 1430. Marco, I can really feel with you here. As you know, I got into an Ethereum trade and I was holding it at a loss because my sell didn't go through for about a week. I woke up and it was like I had a long that didn't go through when I had a sell, and I was all of a sudden, it went short, so I was holding $1,000 loss, and it got back to 1270, which was my entry. Got to $500, $600 up. It was awesome. Around about the 1320 mark, I got rid of about 70% of it, because I was the same. I was like, I held that loss all week, and it was like I was determined not to lose it. But the more I averaged down, the deeper I got. I ended up about 50 Bitcoin, not 50, maybe 20 Bitcoin, 20 Ethereum coins deep, 20 G's into the trade, which is a little bit more than what I really want. So I was, sweating cookies on that one, man. So, It happens. And literally 5 minutes after I took that out, it just went bang. And the thing is, I had it mapped, I had it charted, and I said to myself a bit, but something a wise man once said. Now listen to this carefully and let me know if you agree with this. What do they say? The fear of losing money is a much stronger emotion than the joy of winning some. So remember that. Right? I meditate a lot and things like that, and I'm into Buddhism and things like that. So I learn and study that your mind plays tricks on you. Okay? So just remember that the next time you're having those feelings and those things, right? Because trading really is a mind game. It's like chess. It's like poker. It's a mind game, and you're playing against the market. The market's trying to screw you. Remember that, right? Remember that when you go into a trade, somebody else to win, you've got to lose. Or if you win, somebody else is losing, okay? So remember that little gem right there. The fear of losing money is a much stronger emotion in our heart and our brain than the joy of winning. So let me know what you think of that little gem. Maybe it's bullshit, but I think it's right. I win a trade, I'm like, okay, it's cool. But when I'm down, I'm like, oh man, Jesus shit, right? So maybe you can relate to that, guys. So we got the big 17 people online. Let's see if we can go to 20. Guys, please give me a like on YouTube. Drop me a comment if you like what I do. I love doing what I do. And to be honest, it's very therapeutic for me to go through my charts with you guys because I speak, so Marco says, I don't understand people didn't want to buy 1250 and now they buy for 1400. I can understand because, well, I don't understand the buying at 1400 because I'm not. It's always whale manipulation, but I get rid of that out of my psyche altogether because I can't control that, right? I can only control what I can control, which is why I like TA and charts because it takes I'm an emotional dude. So if you find it emotionally challenging, like EJ Ball has just said, which everybody does, and that's one thing I try to do in our Cryptogasmic group is keep everybody level and everybody gets a bit emotional and stuff like that. So I know we're drifting away from the Bitcoin report here a little bit. I do that, guys. But it really is a mind game, and you got to be strong. And this is why I like using technical analysis because it takes the emotion out of it. It's just what I see on the screen. It's like poker. It's just what I see in the person and because otherwise, I got ADA, I'm emotional, I'm probably a bit psycho, I've been a musician all my life, I'm sensitive, I don't know, all of that sort of stuff, right? So for me to have this and just go, these are my rules, and that's why I like Elliott waves because there's rules. It's either in the rules or it's not. It's either in support or it's not, and sometimes I find doing the lines and I'm trying to convince myself of something that's not there. And I've learned that over time where my strengths and my weaknesses are. So that would be the other thing is don't try to find something that's not there. In this chart, it's very obvious. There is a big red down there. There is a very clear trend there. There is a very clear trend there. We are consolidating. This is a dangerous place to buy and sell. Very dangerous place to buy and sell. So if we do, we've got to be aware that it could be a quick trade. It could not be. What could happen on the down? What could happen on the up? And then you start looking for things that aren't there. But 9 times out of 10, when we're on a down like that, it's going to continue out of an ascending wedge, right? Let's see if I can find it. But, yeah, let's find an example of that. And then it goes the other way as well, right? Look. Descending wedge. All right. Descending channel. Comes down and goes the other way, right? Let's find it. Yeah, and look, here's another example. Okay, I mean, these are just quick examples, right? So, I don't know. Ascending channel. What did it do? It broke down, all right? That doesn't say it always happens that way. It can descend and then flag up. which is what, but that, see, so then if you look at a bigger thing, so that's a flag coming from an uptrend, right? So that would tell me that we're gonna pump at some point, but it didn't really get that right either, because look, that's really too big for a flag, right? So it doesn't always work out that way, right? Green holding, we broke through trend. I'm getting a bit more into the TA show now than the Bitcoin report, so I'm going to leave that there for now. So basically, the analysis out of this is I don't really know what Bitcoin's going to do at the moment, but I am prepared for both sides of it. Now, are you ready for Mr. Fibonacci? And then we're going to have a quick look at Ethereum. So that's how I would be dealing with this now, guys. I would be looking at this trend and serious resistance, and any serious break and hold, that's when we could be getting through to these tops. I would be looking at probably this kind of trend. All right. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Okay. It's too deep to be a flag off of this in this time frame. So the next 1 hour candle is going to be very, very important on that one. All right. So keep an eye on that. Right now, I want to show you guys something. If you guys like the stream, please share on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks, Simon. You're a good man. Really appreciate that. And Simon is completely correct. Our Facebook at CryptoGasmic1. We also have a great Facebook group for people into crypto called Crypto Curious, one word. YouTube, just look for CryptoGasmic. Our website is cryptogasmic.com, okay, where I am more than happy to give you a 2-week free trial of what we do. Just go in there, sign up for free membership. You won't get an immediate email with the upgrade, but I do go through it every day and see who has signed up, and I manually write you an email, welcome you in. It's not automated, and I upgrade it for you. And then if you respond to that email with your Telegram address or contact me on Telegram, I'll throw you into the VIP chat. We have trade signals, educational videos, the VIP chat. I do videos all day long. It's a really good group, okay? So jump in there. I mean, we've got 18 people here. Let's see if we can break that big 20. That would be really cool. Message some friends and tell them to get on here and say hello. Okay, so now I want to show you how Mr. Fibonacci nailed this, okay? And I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, right? So if we go to Ethereum, and let's go and have a look at the monthly chart on the logarithmic, okay? So this is gathering a lot of information, okay? So without getting into too much TA, we're pretty big on Elliott waves over where we are. So there's a very, very, very clear 5 waves there, isn't there, on the monthly chart? So we go from the body, because I like to go from where the money went in to the body. You know, I mean, you know, it's just with these big wicks, it's so what I'll do a lot of the time is I'll go from where the money went in. I mean, you know, because this is now taking it right back to when it was stupid, right? Let's go to the weekly, because that's a bit silly. I mean, it's not silly, and to be honest, I haven't looked at it, so I am going to look at it in a minute. So if we have a look at the weekly chart, okay? Check this out, guys. Okay, check this out. So if we take our fib from here to here, it gave us the exact, and this is right back when Bitcoin was, can you imagine paying $76 for a Bitcoin right now, guys? If you could go back in time, how many Bitcoins would you buy at $76? That's just nuts. So this is the weekly. And to put this in perspective, if we looked at the gold chart, this cycle that this has done in 7 years, this has been like the gold chart in 20-something years, okay? So look at that. That gave us the perfect of where that bull run. I mean, obviously there's lots of ups and downs in between. I mean, that went from 400 to 600, but look, I don't care what time frame you're looking at, it works. And once that broke, it double tested the bottom. Obvious support, right? And then off it went. So imagine if you went imagine if you went 10 times long at Bitcoin. I'm just being a dickhead now, but imagine you went just 10 times long on the 14th of September 2015, right, to now, right, on 100 Bitcoins. 13,889% times 10, so 138,000% on your money. And how many Bitcoins Jesus, you know what I mean? Hindsight's a wonderful thing. So, but look at the wonders of Fibonacci, guys, especially when you got a lot of data, right? Check this out. And I only looked at it today, for I don't know why. So if and this is all based on the retracement of that first wave. No, this mustn't have been the chart I was looking at. Maybe it wasn't a logarithmic. Let me see. No, it wasn't the logarithmic. Right, check this out. Yeah, check this out, guys. We go from the body to where the money went in. Or did I do it to the week? It wasn't the weekly. I mean, it does give you the zones. You can see that. But check this out. How awesome this is. Oh, no, that's right. That's right. So I went from where the money went in, where it really started to take off, okay? In this area here. I don't know what I did earlier. I did something earlier, and it was like right on the money. It was like, is it here? I don't know. So anyway, even if we look at it like here, from where the money seriously started to go in, all right? I'm just going to go back to the weekly chart because that's just too much information. All right. So if we go back to right where the money really went in, okay, look at this. Look how incredible this is. All right. 1, 2, so 3. So what a great place to take some profits. So what does that tell us? I did something before that had it right on, like that candle touched right on the fib line, and I don't know where I went in for that. It would have to be, couldn't be that. There, right, okay. So we can see here that that's right, that's what I did, right? That's what I did. But look at that. So this is why it's important sometimes just to mess around with it, and you can see where the money really goes in. Right, but look at that. Based on that, I mean, look at that right there. Right, look at that right there. And another thing I do to see if I got the right points is like just look at it and see, like it's clear resistance there. It's clear support there. Right, so obviously this Fibonacci, there's something to it. Right, there's obviously something to it. Look how it just nails these points, right? And then once it cleared this one, bang. Little wick here, bang. And look at that. So that nailed 41,921. And that's based from back in 2017. Right? So isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts? So based on that, right, because that Fibonacci is working on a long time area, right? So based on that, we know that we've got 1, 2, 3 waves in the long-term, big-time scale of things. So look, 35,837 is a really important area. And look where the candle candle body is. Look at that. Not just 1, 2. So 2 weeks. Now, wicks, big time, of course, but now we're looking at things from a long-term perspective, right? So keep an eye on your weekly candles, guys, to see at the end of the week where we are. So it's really holding the 35. But if we start, if we find a candle, so close here in this area, then we could be going on a pattern like this. Obviously, there's a lot of trades in between, which is why when those people say, no need to trade, just buy and hodl, man, like, that's cool. And that's for investing. There's a difference between investors and traders, right? I'm an investor, so I'm investing in OMG right now. I'm at a little bit of a loss right now. I only went in there yesterday, but on the website we put OMG sub $4 accumulate. Now that doesn't rush out, and if you've got $1,000 to buy on OMG, buy $1,000 worth of $4, right? You want the lowest mark you've got. So I worked out a plan, and I'm speculating that OMG is going to go to $7, $10. So that's an investment, right? So when we're investing in Bitcoin, we're investing on these bigger plays. So this is a very important chart for you to look at as an investor. Okay. So right now, that's the line. So don't panic, all that sort of stuff. When you want to start, not panicking, but when we start, we come down there, and if the weekly closes here and opens here, and we start to do this and build a body like this. And then the next weekly opens a bit lower, okay? Those are the signs where you go, maybe I should sell my Bitcoin right now and look to get back in at 29. Look where the green cloud is, guys. And this has been green since 15th of February. How does that work? Right, sorry, that is in the future. So this has been red cloud since 31st of December 2018. See, I find this stuff amazing, and nobody looks at things in these time frames. So we have been on a red cloud, and now because of this run over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks, right? 4 months, 3 months. Now we're trending up, all of that sort of stuff, right? So now we're in the green, and we've moved a long way from the green. Look what we did back here, right? History repeats, guys. History really, really repeats in crypto, okay? Let me know in the chats whether you find this interesting or whether I'm just rambling on and you're losing concentration. So the reason I'm saying this as well is because I'm looking for a point to get out of Bitcoin and maybe go into more Ethereum, and then rebuy some cash and invest some more. That big $400 a month I make from Cryptogasmic memberships, I'm going to buy myself 0.00001 of a Bitcoin. I don't get paid a lot, guys, for Cryptogasmic for the amount of work I do, like at all, right? There's like 20 paid members or something like that right now. Okay, so we need to get a lot more. But I just love doing it. I love doing it. So my first level I'm looking at is 35. Then we're looking at that $30,000 retest. That is going to be vitally important. Now, if we can hold this 35 for another week, another 2 weeks, then we've got this channel, that we're just going to trade in, and we're going to make like this. That's how you make money in crypto. And that's swings of 12%. At 5x, 10x, whatever it is that you trade. So that is really the zone that we're looking at right now. This weekly candle is just starting, and it's looking promising right now. So we may see a big dip some point this week. We may not. But what's really cool is that it's open green, because this one, see, that could be a first sign that this is, I think if we put a candle, it's very bearish engulfing, right? No, it's because of these wicks. If those wicks weren't there, that would be a bearish engulfment candle. I mean, look, through all of the ups and downs and everybody panicking about, and I'd really like to show this to Giselle in our group, actually, because after all that panicking, look, actually, we have not had a green month a red month for 1, 2, 3, 4 months, guys. There has not been a red month. Okay? So, and look where these candles are opening and closing. Open, close, open, support, go. So really use these weekly and monthly charts, guys. So this is the current monthly chart that we're in. Okay. And look, I mean, they are closing higher and opening higher. So that's awesome. Now we've got a big wick on the top here, right, which we haven't had on any of these. So, you can see back here in the last cycle when we had that big wick, then we got a red month, and then we started to go down. So this could be the point, guys, where we do see this retracement. We've hit the top of a wave 3. So we may see 30, we may even see 24 again. I mean, are we going to see 20? Don't know. Don't think so. And if we have a look at the previous cycle, I mean, that did an 88.3 retracement. So if we look at this run, the 88.3% retracement would take this right back down to $10,000. Wouldn't that cause some media? But that would also take the Elliott waves out of play. So $20,000 is a reality, guys. But then there's fundamentals that come into play. There is a lot of money from corporations, but what we got to remember as well, that, and this is just my opinion on this, is that these corporations that we're so grateful to come in and give us Bitcoin, they're evil bastards as well. Now I don't know enough about the grayscale funds and all this. I mean, are they making money for their customers by shorting the market as well? Right? I'm going to investigate this. So if anybody's got any more information, I don't trust PayPal. I don't trust JP Morgan. I don't trust HSB. I don't trust any of these fuckers, right? Like, none of them. So, who's to say they're not just going to dump the whole market out, right, and make money for their investors, and then who knows? I'm not saying they're going to do that, but I'm wary. Okay? So, I would say that probably a good retracement point on this cycle. And I've been saying 28 to 24 for a long time. People don't believe me, but I've been saying I wouldn't be surprised if we saw $28,000 to $24,000 Bitcoins again. Maybe even a flash wick. Boom. Like that. Maybe. Or maybe the retrace will be there, bang, up, wiping out loads of longs. People short the market, they make their money. That's a possibility, right? So we're not really going to be clear of that until we get over here and we start opening candles up over here. So let's be careful of that in the long-term frame. So what we do have to notice is that there is a big wick now on this monthly. EJ Ball says, apparently part of Greg trust investment plan is investors have to hold for 6 months before selling. Okay. But is it a fund that they manage? You know, like, I don't know, man. You know, I just know a lot of stock traders and these people before, and half their desk is selling shorts and half their desk is selling longs. So half the people win, half the people lose, right? So, and they make money. So, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see in front of me. So take that information and just do a bit of investigation. So I said, what would you do if you could go back to 2000, whatever it was, and buy Bitcoins for $76, knowing what you know now? I would have sold my house, bought Bitcoin, and lived on the street for 7 years. Yeah. Oh, mate, I'd live on the street. I'd do all sorts of things for money just to get by. I don't care. I got no shame. Whatever. Right. So this 30-minute show is going 51 minutes. I haven't even started Ethereum. Yeah, exactly. That's what they do, JP Morgan. Right. So moving on really, really quickly. So that's what we're looking at there. I do want to look at the weekly quickly. So you can see there's quite a big wick there, and there hasn't been a wick like that since June 2019 on the upside, followed by a red candle. So something to be cautious of, guys, right? So already our weekly trend is going like this, all right? So let's keep that trend there and see what happens. Look, I mean, wow. There's a big indicator, guys. There's a big indicator. Anybody looking to offload Bitcoin, I hope that we're going to go down. That 38,055 mark seems like a pretty good area, you know, and this is how it works before you know it. All right, and then before you know it, I can't believe Bitcoin's at 25 grand. Everybody's panicking. All the people, because markets wipe out shit. So, you know, who's to say that's not going to get wiped out? So I'm going to stand by my word and say that we're going to see $24,000 to $28,000 Bitcoin again. All right. The more I talk about this out loud with you guys, and the more I look at it, because that has just pumped. Now that may be a quick wick. I mean, if that does that, you know, that's wiping out 5x, 10x, right? That's wiping out a lot of longs, man. Okay, so anyway, so let's move on to Ethereum really quickly. Now, guys, just very quickly, in the Cryptogasmic group, I'm gonna start doing more Bitcoin trades, short and long, because I want to start increasing my Bitcoin stack. And look, you know, these patterns just really work every time. Right? So I could be increasing my, and where it's double whammy is when Bitcoin goes up, or you buy Ethereum with Bitcoin, so you're winning more Bitcoins and the price of Bitcoin goes up. It's awesome, right? So it's double whammies, and look how easy it is, right? It's really, 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 really quite simple to do when you sit back and look at it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be looking at a lot more of these trades in Cryptogasmic as we go along. Okay, Ethereum really quickly. I got to go. So Ethereum, again, from a TA point of view, you know, really depends on what happens in this channel. Okay, so we really hit. Now it's kind of weird because even people in the group today are like, "What's the target for Ethereum?" And I mean, I've been putting this out there, showing that this could be a little 5-wave set. I mean, bang, There it is, right? So I don't know if people just don't listen or what, right? You know, I said here, and I remember drawing. So our first resistance point was here at the tops, you know, and then here. So we are a little bit above that now. So it's, you know, it's definitely not a time to start buying it, I don't think. You know, as we get a few more candles in play, which we're doing, we can definitely start seeing that this is now consolidating. You know, I would need to go through and do a bit more work on it, but we're definitely, you know, like this, aren't we? So that gives us something to start working on straight away. Yeah, and look at that. I mean, look at that for a point, boys and girls. I mean, look at that for a point. How's that? And now you tell me that these lines don't work, right? Now you tell me that these lines don't work. I mean, I don't know, you know, that would get a bit ridiculous there, but, you know, so look at that. Okay, so that's how I'm going to be playing Ethereum right now for a swing trade. If this can break up here a little bit, and I wouldn't jump in as soon as it does it because I'm only on the 1 hour. If it breaks there, I mean, I might do and then get out really quick and get in, get out, like lose $10, lose $20. But then if we fall back into this channel, then I'm going to be looking to go short, right? And I'm going to obviously be looking at these double bottoms. And then here. So I'll get in knowing that I might take a very small loss the first time and the second time. But, you know, I'm kind of at a point now, I mean, 1373 to, as it tightens up, I'm more or less likely to get into playing the consolidations, you know. I play it here, 1309, you know, perfect. So if that was to happen, we could be looking at a run to 1500, or we could be looking at a breakdown to into there, into 1200. So either way, keep your eyes peeled, guys, because I don't really know right now. You can see it's resisting that line again. So that's the way we're going to look at that. Let me have a quick look at the weekly on Ethereum. I haven't looked at that in a long time. Really clear 5 waves, isn't it? Yeah, really clear. Really clear. And the smallest of small fourth waves. 1. And I'm just doing the bodies here because there's a good support right there. So forget about that wick. 3. Look at that. Perfect. 4. Perfect. In top of line 1. Perfect. And then now into a take area zone. So, you know, I mean, to extend would be massive right now. So we're going to first look at that all-time high. I thought we hit the all-time high. We've just hit the recent highs. Okay. So that's something we're going to look at. And at the moment, we are breaking up there a little bit. Now, this could be a little trap. So I would not be falling for this. We are not going to know if that's an extension. We're not going to be knowing if that's an extension. Until we break and hold this area here. So I certainly wouldn't be running out and throwing all my money into Ethereum right now, which is what a lot of people are doing. You know, and even on a bigger timescale. Check this out. This was something that came to my attention as well. Check out this pattern. Now, if that is not a perfect setup for a cup and handle, I don't know what is. Okay. So yeah, this is great inside stuff you're getting here, guys. Like, I hope you're enjoying it. So check this out. Right? Check this out. Now, if that is not a setup for a cup and handle, then I don't know what is, because, guys, right? If that is a cup and handle and that breaks, we're going to $2,700. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? That is going to be so important, and it's a huge part of the reason why I'm considering going from Bitcoin to Ethereum. So, you know, I mean, if that did that, that would double in a very quick period of time, almost double. Well, I mean, if we fall back into, I mean, let's say we even fall back to 930 into this region here, right? Here. So that would give us the perfect cup and handle scenario, wouldn't it? And then we bounce out of there, right? And we're accumulating it. And the minute we break there, that baby's going to 2,700, guys. That gives me the horn. Just saying. That gives me the horn right there. Okay? Kind of like that. Probably the same girth as well. But anyway, that's it for me today, guys. From the Bitcoin Report Live. I am going to do another video after this, condensing all of this Bitcoin report with what we just went through. I'm going to throw it on YouTube and the Cryptogasmic group, and then we're going to get stuck back in to look at some trades. So I'm kind of all over this today. But that's it. So just finally, guys, go to www.cryptogasmic.com. I mean, there's only 15 people, and you're all probably there anyway, but help me out. Share this to all of your friends. Please, please, please. Get them to sign up at cryptogasmic.com. We do have a referral system coming soon where you will get $50 back for everybody that joins up. Yeah, please spread the word, spread the love. If you're loving what I'm doing, great. If not, that's all right. You can spread the word that I'm an asshole as well. I'm totally cool with that, because crypto is all about the open market, the free market. And that's it. So go to there, cryptogasmic.com for a free trial. Please join the Cryptogasmic private group on Facebook at Cryptogasmic1. And please go to YouTube, Cryptogasmic, subscribe, sign the little bell thing, that because I'm doing videos all the time. And I'm going to, with this, what I've just discovered in these long-term charts, I'm going to be putting that out right now. All right, guys, take it easy. Be kind to one another, and more importantly, be really kind to yourself and love yourself. Okay? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.